Hi all, let's do 3 puzzles today and practice the tactical unification theory which was mentioned on this channel. So where you're trying to bring together weaknesses of the opponent's pieces with your strengths, and that could be forcing moves and other stuff. So it's like the Death Star in Star Wars. They identify the weaknesses of the Death Star, then all the fighter pilots are directed to try and hit that weakness. So let's see how well it works here today. So you can try these at chessworld.net on the play menu, rated puzzles, if you want to try some puzzles. Okay, so white play here. In terms of weaknesses, yeah, the black king on f7 doesn't look too great. There's a forcing move in rook g6. f6 seems a bit loose. If we tried rook g6, that seems okay to move the queen somewhere. Say queen h8. The queen might be prepared to give herself up for rook and knight. Yeah. This queen can come over here, give up g4. That seems dangerous. Queen a5, getting around here. On a7 and c7, so rook c8, queen takes. And that looks pretty devastating. Queen a5. It's just, yeah, that looks awkward. Yeah, it just seems rook g6. Now, on queen takes h6, queen c7 check. King anywhere, and there's queen e7. I think queen a5 is a good candidate. Yeah, I think rook g6 also gives queen h8 time, not just to sacrifice the queen, but queen h2. So queen h8 is not too bad. I think queen a5. The clock's ticking down here. Now if this was a critical position, I guess you'd want to spend all your available time. I think it's a good discipline maybe. But here, to wait another 200 seconds, I think queen a5 is the right approach. It must be. If rook a8, queen c7, king f8. Let's go with this as the first move. Oh, that's it. Harp is played. Who played that then? Reti against Carl. So Reti's really good tactically. So in the Reti game, it takes check. Here, mate. Yeah, or if rook c8 taking there. Now rook takes f6 in this position. Yes, that's crushing, because now king g8, there's rook g6, king e8, we take the queen. So on to the next puzzle, and again we're going to try this new thing, this tactical unification idea. So we're going to try and identify technical weaknesses first, get an idea. The back row seems a bit weak. There's a loose piece here, there's a loose piece there. The queen standing guard, okay, on the h pawn. That loose piece, yeah, now we can look at forcing moves with a quick assessment of weaknesses, very quick there. Like knight g4 hits e1. If takes, there's knight f2. Knight g4 looks actually really good, attacking this loose piece. So yeah, we're kind of reusing, the strategy in Star Wars, the Death Star, trying to identify weaknesses first, get a kind of audit of weaknesses intuitively, and that rook there, this knight f2, knight g4 as a forcing move, bringing the strength of our pieces to, aware of them with the kind of forcing moves. Now, apart from knight g4, but if rook f1, there might be rook e1. No, that's protected. Knight f2 check. Takes, check here, g6. So there's no perpetual check, it seems. Any other moves? I think knight g4 stands out. So, as I say, in a critical position in the game, you want to use your available time. Here we've got 220 seconds left. So how would we do this? I mean, we can look at other forcing moves, queen h4, queen d2. I mean, they are demonstrating the strength of the pieces. There's queen b4 here. Double attack. I'm not sure it's that dangerous. Rook takes e3, maybe. Then the check here, then taking on d5. Maybe the king can escape. I'm pretty sure that knight g4 looks, it looks so convincing and is based on the weaknesses of the pieces, and there's knight f2 to follow. I'm going to have a bet on knight g4. This could be completely wrong. Oh, that was the first move. Okay, this is a loose piece, and also now we've got another weakness. If we did a weakness audit, there's a definite back row weakness because the knight is touching this square. So there's a definite back row weakness. I think all we need to do is deflect the queen, in fact, away from e1. A move like queen f4. So if we take rook takes, then we're mating on the back row. I think queen f4 is pretty convincing for this back row weakness. I think we're really like trying to match the weaknesses we can audit against the strengths via the forcing moves. Queen f4 is like a forcing move. So the back row weakness, we're trying to match, you know, weaknesses of the opponent's pieces with our strengths. I think queen f4. Where's the queen going? I mean, that's a really good move, queen f4. I can't see immediate defense for that. Oh, that's not the correct move. I have to look at that after. Maybe there's a bishop d3. Maybe it's tricky, bishop d3. I thought it was a pretty attractive move. Is it a blunder of some sort? I'm curious about that now. Right, if we just take here, knight f2, king g1, there's knight d3. King here, there's taking on h4 maybe. So possibly knight f2. Yeah, I think we're just winning the queen because we're interrupting the rook. Knight f2. Now let's see, why didn't this work? Why didn't queen f4 work? I'm going to have to check this out. I'm going to have to, I think, engine check this position. It seems like a neat tactic. So this is in Perlis against Reti. So yeah, the knight g4 was nice, but why not the queen f4? I've not discovered something from an old Reti game, have I? Okay, we're going to reserve that for... If someone can analyse that on YouTube, that would be appreciated. Why queen f4 is not working. I might have to update the position solution if that really is the case. So we have this, you know, if takes queen g3, if takes here, rook takes, if queen takes, rook takes, or if rook takes, queen d1, yeah. But yeah, after this queen g3, queen f4, I'm not getting it. Alright, let's go on to the next one. So 588. So we'll try and do a quick weakness audit, you know, like, as I say, the Death Star, you know, in Star Wars. A weakness audit. The king is a bit shaky there. I mean, it just needs to be mating that. In fact, and forcing move springs up, of course, queen f4, because then we've got g5 and f4. That looks to be mating. So, I mean, queen f4, let's calculate. Takes g5, king g3, f4. And the king's got here. No, it hasn't. We've blocked that. King h3. Then there's a double check. Knight f2, double check from the knight and the bishop. I think queen f4 looks good. Just check the calculations here. Giving up a queen in a real game, I think, is a case where I think Console's wrong. You do need to check, double check, treble check your variations, not just try and do it once only. We're giving up the queen. It's pretty committal. It's a critical position in effect. You don't want regret later. So, you know, sacrificing your queen unsoundly. So taking g5, I think that king's only square is g3. The knight's covering e5. We play f4, and the king hasn't got h4. We've covered h4. It goes there. Got the bishop and knight for that beautiful double check. We've covered the g3. I think this is it. Cool. So that was in Sugat against Veg. So yeah, I'm hoping this kind of, you know, crushing the Death Star strategy, this tactical unification theory. If you haven't seen the 2 videos on that, I really want to carry on that series, but it might be a way of directing how we find resources and positions, which I think when I say these ideas, I think for long games especially, you know, like critical positions, it's in long games, not so much blitz, but in long games, hopefully it helps us give us our own clues, you know, if we can audit the weaknesses first before we start looking at forcing moves. Okay, I hope you got something from that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.